My antique vase is somehow connected to an ancient world from 2,000 years ago. Whatever I toss inside lands right in front of a legendary female general. But back then I had absolutely no clue about it. None whatsoever. I just assumed my vase was possessed by some annoying ghost. Feeling incredibly frustrated, I decided to jam it full. I grabbed a garden hose and shoved it right inside to fill it up like crazy. I had no idea a parched border region suffering from a year-long drought suddenly got a massive downpour. Next, I took a frozen meal that had been sitting in my fridge for 10 years and tossed it right in. Who could have guessed it would save hundreds of thousands of starving refugees just as I was brainstorming what else to shove inside a bizarre little thank you note actually popped right out. The unexpected letter read, "Thank the gods for the life-saving water and food you bestowed upon us. I am Liu Ruoyan, a general of the Liu army under the Marquis of Ningguan of Great Qi. I currently guard our border fortress. Besieged by 300,000 barbarians, our force of 200,000 has dwindled to just 20,000 after brutal battles. Our city of Jianguan is suffering a severe drought with zero harvest. Out of 200,000 civilians, only 80,000 remain. We beg the gods to grant us more mercy, food, and water. Please save the people of Jianguan. We will build a temple in your honor and offer worship for generations." I stared at the note, totally baffled. There is absolutely no record of a great Chai dynasty in our history books. What on earth is going on here? I grabbed a pen and paper to write a reply. "I am no god. I am just an ordinary guy named Lin Fang. You mentioned Jianguan is desperately short of water and food. What do you need most right now? Feeding 100,000 people alone is tough, but I will do my absolute best to help you." I dropped the letter into the vase, hearing a soft thud. Far away, Liu Ruoyan looked overjoyed. The gods had actually replied. Trembling with excitement, she stood up quickly and read the letter with reverence. "You are indeed a god. You are our savior. The 100,000 people of Jianguan are saved. The god has agreed to help us." She hurriedly grabbed a brush and replied that they desperately needed food and water. When I got her message, I felt incredibly stressed. Even though I am a wealthy heir with a huge inheritance, feeding 100,000 people is a massive undertaking. Almost all of my parents' estate is locked up in property, and most of my liquid cash went straight toward paying the heavy inheritance tax. I only have a little over 3 million yen left in my bank account. Buying food for 100,000 people is incredibly expensive. I told her I need a few days to gather these resources. Find a large reservoir and clean it. I will solve your water issue first starting tomorrow. When Liu Ruoyan read my message, her eyes welled up with emotional tears. The god promised us water and food. It starts tomorrow, she announced. The soldiers were ecstatic. The general's prayers worked. We will finally have water. Our brothers are saved from this terrible suffering. Clean out the reservoir immediately. Yes, General. Meanwhile, back in my world, I pulled out my phone and began buying supplies online like an absolute madman. Ordering 500,000 buns, 500,000 pancakes, 100 boxes of instant noodles, dried vegetables, and 100,000 kilograms of rice, 100 barrels of cooking oil salt, pickled mustard, and 500 kilograms of meat. In total, it cost me over 1.8 million yen. This massive haul should keep 100,000 people fed for 20 days. Still, more than half my bank balance vanished instantly. But just as I was starting to regret my impulsive spending, the magical vase suddenly spat out a giant pile of solid gold ingots and priceless ancient jewelry. I was stunned. At current market rates, this gold alone is worth tens of millions. If I sell them as genuine antiques, their value is absolutely immeasurable. Liu Ruoyan is incredibly thoughtful. I am really starting to love supporting these 100,000 ancient people. I carefully packed 2 heavy boxes of gold ingots and another full of jewelry, but a massive pile still littered my floor. There was simply too much to fit. Tomorrow, I will take these ancient wine vessels to an antique dealer to see what they are worth. But with Jianguan besieged, just sending food and water is a slow death sentence. I must find a way to help them break the siege and win this war, even if it costs me a fortune. Early the next morning, over at the Vase, something incredible happened. Countless fresh steaming buns began shooting out of the opening, raining down onto the ground in an endless, delicious torrent. They poured from the vase like crazy. Unable to resist, Liu Ruoyan snatched one up and took a huge bite. It was incredibly soft, fragrant, and surprisingly sweet. She quickly distributed the warm buns to her soldiers. They chewed in awe, whispering, "The food of the gods is so delicious. It is nothing like our miserable mortal rations." Once the buns were distributed, the soldiers assumed the water would come next. They lined up their heavy jars, waiting eagerly, but suddenly another massive wave of food came pouring out, landing right into their containers. These were giant steaming pork buns, smelling absolutely incredible. The starving soldiers swallowed hard, their mouths watering instantly. But that was only the beginning. Next came endless layers of savory rolls, seasoned pork patties, and hot meat-stuffed flatbreads piling up without pause. Everyone stared in absolute disbelief, drooling and struggling to contain their excitement. Witnessing their hunger, Liu Ruoyan quickly gathered generous portions of every food item for each individual soldier and ordered them to bring it home to their families. "But General, the rules state, army rations come first," another argued. "Our families ate the meals we brought home yesterday. They still have leftovers for today. We do not need more. General, my young son was on the brink of starvation yesterday. Luckily, the divine food arrived just in time. It saved his life. Please send today's rations directly to the military camp. Morale is dangerously low right now because our brothers are so weak from starvation. This feast will restore our fighting spirit, touched by their selflessness." Liu Ruoyan grabbed handfuls of meat-stuffed buns and pressed them firmly into their arms, saying, "Take these home to your loved ones immediately and send the rest to camp." Overjoyed, the soldiers quickly tucked the warm, fluffy white buns and meat flatbreads close to their chests. Their families would be absolutely ecstatic. Meanwhile, back in my modern garden, I went to inspect the old well. The water looked crystal clear, so I decided to take a cautious sip. It tasted incredibly fresh, just like pure mountain spring water. Supplying 100,000 desperate people from this deep well would be incredibly easy. I lowered a heavy water pipe down, hooked it up to a high-power pump, and routed the other end directly into the magical vase. When I flipped the switch, water surged powerfully, roaring inside. On the other side, Liu Ruoyan cheered, "With water, we can plant crops and rebuild. Our city will survive. Order everyone to line up immediately for their share." "Right away, General." In the streets, people murmured in hope. Last time the mansion only had enough for half a day. My family got just a sip. If there is really water now, we might actually survive. We can boil grass and bark to eat. Exactly. We won't have to face the horror of trading our children for food anymore. Meanwhile, I headed down to a quiet, tucked-away antique shop in town. "Do you buy ancient relics here?" I asked. The old owner nodded. "Show me what you have." I slid a small wooden box across the counter. Seeing the plain modern box, his hopes sank a bit, but once he opened it and saw the gem-encrusted wine vessels inside, his pupils dilated instantly. He gently picked up the wine vessel with trembling hands, checking the base and examining the coiled dragon patterns before inspecting the gold and the gems. He was suddenly filled with excitement. "This is over 2,000 years old. What a treasure. No museum has anything like this from this era. Even if other wine vessels have been found, they are bronze, porcelain, or iron. This is the earliest gold filigree openwork piece I have ever laid eyes on." Wait, there's writing on the bottom, "For Dachi royal use only." The old man jumped up, completely delirious with joy. The Dachi kingdom was real. There is no official record, only rare whispers. It lasted just 50 years. Hearing this, Lin Fang's heart skipped a beat. 50 years. In the end, Liu Ruoyan still died, and her 100,000 soldiers fell in battle. Lin Fang quickly asked, "How much is this worth?" The old man raised 2 fingers. 2 million, 20 million, 200 million. He nodded, smiling. 200 million is actually a very conservative estimate. No Dachi relics have ever appeared in this country before. Lost history says this kingdom fell to natural disasters, man-made calamities, and relentless wars. Dachi once had a female general as brilliant as the legendary Marquis Wokubing. Yet unofficial records describe the kingdom in extremely dark terms. Corrupt officials ruled, the emperor was a helpless puppet, and unprecedented disasters fell from heaven. The people suffered greatly, yet all descriptions of this female general are glowing, comparing her to a flying dragon from the heavens. Her name was Liu Ruoyan. She became a general at 20, earning a first-rank Marquise of Ningguan. She died at just 21, and the great Chai state fell soon after. Lin Fang's phone slammed onto the wooden coffee table as he froze on the spot. The Marquise of Ningguan called me a deity and exchanged letters with me. The one who gave me piles of gold is her little friend Liu Ruoyan. Are you willing to sell these wine vessels? Usually come in pairs. If you have both, I can offer 500 million. Lin Fang felt a deep ache in his heart. I don't want Liu Ruoyan to die so young. 500 million is enough to feed her people. But for 20,000 troops to defeat 300,000 barbarians, it is definitely not enough. Clenching his teeth, Lin Fang took out the other vessel. I have the full pair. 500 million is too low. When old Mu saw he really actually had the complete pair, his reading glasses slipped off from excitement. He quickly picked up the second vessel with trembling hands, inspecting it closely with a magnifying glass. His lips trembled with awe. Yes, this is a perfectly preserved pair of ancient wine vessels in mint condition. What is your price? I want cash, and your offer must be the absolute highest possible. Old Mu's eyes widened. You want 600 million? Lin Fang nodded. When old Mu hesitated, Lin Fang did not waste any words. He stood up to put the vessels away. If you cannot afford it, I can ask the shop next door. Wait, I do not have that much cash. Give me half an hour. I will gather some partners to pool the money. Perfect. With 600 million, Lin Fang could send premium supplies to Liu Ruyan and her troops. That way, they would not have to die. It was incredible. The great Chai state from 2,000 years ago possessed such exquisite craftsmanship. What a tragedy. If only Liu Ruyan had not died so early, she could have led Great Qi to unify the 6 states, defend against the northern barbarians, conquer the south, and reclaim Guangdong and Guangxi. But heaven always takes the gifted too soon. She could have rewritten history. We will buy them for 600 million. If you find more great Chai relics, please bring them to us. Others do not know their true value. Lin Fang ordered food suppliers. Give me all the greens. Carrots, sweet potatoes, and corn. Load them onto the trucks. Pack medical alcohol, antibiotics, blood, coagulants, gauze, and scalpels for me too. Plus a conversion chart comparing traditional and simplified Chinese characters, Xinhua dictionaries, barefoot doctors' manuals, militia, training guides, and the art of war. 30 copies each. Oh my goodness, I have never seen so much food meat, General. It is real meat. How long has it been since we smelled meat? But General, these characters look different. These are characters from the deity's realm, simplified from our traditional script. Use this chart to learn them. These are divine books. Everyone must study them. General, how does this training help us fight? Can I get a copy, 1 copy each? Do not fight. This is a medical guide that treats the plague. With this book, Great Chai's doctors will no longer fear the plague. Study it, master the medicines, and save as many of our people as possible. Yes, General. We have water, food, and medicine now. Oh, deity, I will never forget your kindness. I have set up relief stations in the city. Crowds of starving people line up for porridge. But since these goods are worth a fortune, we cannot hide the fact that we have grain. The barbarians will launch a massive siege soon. Our 20,000 defenders cannot stop 300,000 enemies. I must buy glutinous rice, lime, and bricks to repair the city walls, plus bronze ore to forge weapons. Lin Fang replied, I will replace the bronze with steel. A wall built of sand, cement, and brick will be far stronger. But can they understand modern building techniques? Back in Great Chai, workers stared at the supplies. What is this? Look, the deity is teaching us? Is this iron? An indestructible metal. It is steel, far harder than iron. We can forge ultimate weapons. General, let me handle the steel. I have registered every local blacksmith. I will oversee it. Recruit all available hands by household registration. Tian Xinfa, issue the decree. Skilled craftsmen will receive 2 jin of rice, monthly 1 jin of flour, 2 cabbages, 2 daily meals, and free housing. Thank you, General. We are also drafting soldiers. Recruits get 5 jin of rice monthly, 2 jin of flour, and 3 jin of greens. Yes, General. The old merchant's words haunted Lin Fang. Liu Ruyan died at 21. Why did his chest feel so tight? No, he had to save her. He messaged her, Liu Ruyan, are you asleep? Let's find a way out of this. I am also thinking. We are currently recruiting civilian volunteers. We can raise 20,000 recruits at most. With our original 20,000, 40,000 must face 300,000. The gap is too wide. Do we have weapons? Lin Fang wished he could send guns, but firearms were strictly forbidden in China. At 6,000 per suit, arming 40,000 men would cost 240 million. He ordered 1,000 suits and 5,000 tang sabers first. Crossbows and other weapons, boss, you are too generous. The total is 220 million. I must sell more antiques tomorrow. It is all Ruyan's fault for keeping this deity working. I will absolutely live up to your trust and lead everyone out of this siege. Since the deity has gone to rest, I won't disturb you any longer. What are Mo sabers and chin crossbows? Pass me the tablet. I will send you tutorial videos. This is an incredible blade forged with vacuum steel. This steel is extremely sharp and tough. I have been forging iron for half my life, but I have never seen such a powerful blade. It is unbelievably hard, with no need for hammering. You can shape weapons directly from it. General, this armor is unbelievably tough. There is not even a single dent on it. If 100,000 soldiers wore this heavy armor and held Mo sabers, forget the barbarians, even the other 6 states wouldn't stand a chance. But General, we only have 100 Qin crossbows. That is too few. Yes, General. Can we ask the deity for more? You only know how to beg. Whether it is fine rice or Qin crossbows, the deity must purchase everything for us. There are 100,000 people in this city. Do you know how much the deity spends every day? Who are you? Why are you so badly injured? I am Lu the Mute. 3 days ago, General Zhao Yukai opened the granary. He wanted to leak the news that we have grain in the city. He forced us to reveal the secret passage. We tried to hide it to stop the barbarians from looting. We refused to speak, so we were tortured for 2 days and nights. He is barely breathing. Tinchi, go arrest that traitor right now. General Zhao Yukai already knows where the secret passage is. Hurry to Jianguan South Mountain. We might still make it. He is still breathing. Military Dr. Song, give him the life-saving pill quickly. Follow me. Did you bring the Qin crossbow? Yes, I brought one. Great General, the grain news is out. By tomorrow or even midnight tonight, the barbarians will attack with their entire army. General, the barbarians are marching. They are 30 li away and closing in fast. All soldiers prepare for battle. Liu Wu take 3,000 men and the Qin crossbow squad to guard the cave. Yes, sir. The rest of you guard the city gate with your lives. What the hell I just spent? 200 million, and now Jianguan is about to fall. No way I will let this happen. Wait, I will blow up the whole mountain for you. Uncle Xiao, I need a batch of explosives. Do you have any, Xiaofeng? Why are you calling out of the blue? What are you demolishing? Explosives require official registration and approval. Uncle, I am not demolishing a building. I just need a lot of explosives enough to level a mountain. I will pay 5 times the market price. Absolutely not stop playing around, kid, 10 times. If you say no, I will just buy fireworks and make my own bombs. Fine, I will get you a batch. But promise me you won't use it in China or hurt anyone. If something goes wrong, you take full responsibility. Deal. These are defective and return stock, which is plenty to level a mountain. If you get into trouble, do not drag me into it. Got it. Uncle, I will take everything. How much? 20 million. Deal, transferring the money now. I will get right on it. This gunpowder will definitely blow up the secret tunnel. Be extremely careful loading the gunpowder. If this stuff goes off, it will wipe us all out. I thought Jin Kong sharpening his sword was the most amazing thing a god could do. But when I saw that massive skyscraper collapse into dust with a loud bang, I realized the deity's artifacts are on a whole different level. General, this is a true divine weapon. It can slaughter thousands of enemies in an instant. 300,000 barbarians are nothing. One blast will scare the life out of them. I beg the deity to grant us gunpowder. This is far more powerful than the Qin crossbow. In the god's world, towering skyscrapers are everywhere and people live in the clouds. The roads are wide enough for multiple cars to drive side by side. Those metal boxes run faster than the swiftest horses. The gap between the deity and me is unfathomable. Dr. Song, come with me to the cave. The rest of you defend the city gate. They are here. General Roga is launching his attack on the city. This city has water and food. Once we take Jianguan Pass, I will be the king of Moab. Get down. Oh no, young prince, there is an earthquake. The cave collapsed. 10,000 men charged in and 8,000 were buried alive. The rest are injured. Our entire vanguard is wiped out. General Ruyan, I swear I will tear you apart and eat you alive. Young prince, we should not attack today. We do not have the weather, the terrain, or the people on our side. We haven't even won a single battle, and we already lost 10,000 men. This is a bad omen. Wait until the tremors stop. But the city has food and water. If we do not take Jianguan Pass, our men will starve. Within 3 days, I will capture that pass no matter what. They retreated. If only they hadn't retreated, we would have blown them to pieces. The barbarians at the cave entrance are all buried now. This feels amazing. God, the explosion was a massive success. The barbarians are retreating, and we didn't lose a single soul. We won. Our army actually won. Hang on, let me send you some late-night snacks and some beer. Let's celebrate my deity. My soldiers still need to guard the city walls tonight. You do not have to go to all this trouble. Nonsense. Listen to me. We are celebrating tonight no matter what. Dig in, everyone. This is so damn good. This tastes absolutely incredible. Even dragon meat from the heavens can't match this. No wonder they are called gods. This is amazing. Wait, it is sweet and refreshing. Only 1 bottle per person. Great booze. It has a real kick. I haven't tasted anything this strong in ages. If it weren't for the deity, my son would have starved to death long ago. That despair of being trapped with nowhere to go, I never want to experience that again. My son is actually gaining weight now. He waits for me to bring him delicious food every day. From now on, my life belongs to the general and the deity. My daughters were near death, but thanks to those boxed meals, they survived. General, I toast to you. I want to go back to the capital. I wonder if my mother has any food left. I miss her. I, your general, will get you all back safely. With our gunpowder and chin crossbows granted by the deity, along with endless food and water, we will definitely win. We will win. I wonder what the moon looks like in the deity's world. It is beautiful. Keep it up, my lovely lady general. Is that cola good? It is great. There is something I have always wanted to do, but I never can. It is out of reach in my lifetime. Giving you this drink feels like fulfilling a dream. What is it? Can Ruyan help with it? Actually, I had a dream as a kid to send Qin Shi Huang a world map. I wanted him to know the earth is round and that other countries exist. His invincible iron army would have marched all the way to Ruyan. I also wanted to send Hua Mulan a bottle of Coke and a soccer ball. She was so young when she enlisted, just at that age where kids love to play. She definitely would have loved Coke and soccer. Qin Shi Huang. Why have I never heard of him? Ruyan. And who is this Hua Mulan? Do you like her that much? God, 3 million caddies of grain flood relief. That is over 10 million total. Should we restock? Yes, keep shipping them. Flood relief supplies that is over 10 million total. Should we restock more goods? Yes, keep delivering them. By the way, do you want some foot-operated sewing machines? 100 yen per unit plus 12 cases of needles. 20,000 yen total. Please ship them all here. The extra cash is a bonus for your hard work. First truck has 60 tons, second has 55. 10 trucks, total 350 tons. We also have hundreds of caddies of watermelons and peaches left. Not to mention plums and vegetables. Liu Ruyan, the watermelons have arrived. They are literally piled high like a hill. Before, our guys only got a single slice each for dinner. Now we can eat a slice with every meal, though it will still take days to finish them. Dig a cellar for the rest, and let everyone take 2 watermelons home right now. If we don't eat them quickly, they will go bad. They are so big and sweet, truly nice. When do you think the barbarians will attack the city? General Liu Ling is my junior fellow apprentice. I know him. Just get straight to the point. His skills were always far worse than mine back at the academy. He stayed second best for 10 whole years. And worse still, he is obsessed with divination. If we have the warlocks perform divination, we can predict exactly when they will launch the attack. Someone get the warlocks here right now. Yes, perform divination. Nation. Each of you do one reading. Calculate which day and specific time is most suitable for attacking the city. Whoever gets the result right will get a bag of rice as a reward. Everyone take a watermelon home first. Go claim your watermelon before you start. After midnight tonight, whoever calculates correctly will get an extra 20 caddies of rice. If the barbarians do attack tonight, it will probably be the most brutal battle in the past year. The warlocks calculated they will launch their attack at midnight tonight. Ruyan has no confidence about this. No one knows what the outcome will be. If I really die in this battle, I am afraid I can never repay your incredible kindness in this lifetime. In my next life, Ruyan is willing to work like a slave for you just to repay the god's grace of saving the city and its ruler. This box contains items bestowed by the royal family. Junior General Mo Fan begs the god to grant 100 pairs of shoes and 200 pairs of socks. Please take good care of yourself, God. What grant all these requests, they will attack the city tonight. Liu Ruyan wrote this letter like a suicide note. How did things get this bad? What else can I do? 20,000 soldiers against 300,000, even Zhuge Liang reborn, couldn't save this. The troop gap is just too massive. Surrender already. There is no hope. If we only defend to the death, we must take the initiative and attack. When the enemy advances, we retreat. When they camp, we harass them. When they tire, we attack. When they retreat, we pursue. If our equipment is inferior, we launch a sneak attack. Better yet, harass them in broad daylight. Keep this up for 10 days, and the enemy will lose their minds and retreat. Guerrilla warfare. Use firecrackers to harass the enemy. I will go buy up all the firecrackers right now. You hang them on the barbarians' horses' butts. Even if we can't drive them away, we can mess them up completely. Boss, I will buy every single long fuse and long firecracker you have. We have a big client here. Is everything you said true? It is absolutely true. That guy said there are 2 secret tunnels leading out of the city. One goes south, one goes north. Merchants dug them secretly to avoid taxes. He is the same street punk we pulled from the dungeon last time. Yes, it's him. The main barbarian force is camped 10 li east of the gate, but they also have defenses on the north and south flanks, but they are way weaker than the main force. If we put on barbarian armor and uniforms and sneak around from the north and south sides, we can go straight to their main stables. Yes, General. Leave this to me and Liu Wu. Make sure you come back safely. We made it, the barbarian stables. Are guarded way too loosely. They never expected us to dare leave the city. We led horses out from behind their camp, and nobody even gave us a second look. General, that guerrilla warfare trick from the god really works on these barbarians. They just fool around when they are full wrestling with each other instead of drilling. They are extremely undisciplined. To think we have been besieged by these ragtag soldiers for a whole year, it is such a huge humiliation. Great take advantage of their chaos. Strike them hard when they are at their weakest. We will launch the guerrilla attack at midnight tonight. Hang firecrackers on the horses' butts. They will explode once lit and turn their camp upside down. They will be too busy saving themselves tonight and won't have time to attack the city. Liu Kui and Liu Wu returned safely. The tricks those netizens shared are real, really useful. Liu Ruyan pulled through and I can finally relax. This Doki Phoenix glazed porcelain plate has tail patterns wrapping its exterior, while Phoenix crown patterns decorate the inside, embellished with thin silver, engraved with Doki Imperial Gift on the back. Doki's aesthetic sense and porcelain craftsmanship were ahead of later generations by centuries. Name your price, Mr. Lin, I'll buy it. The 2 wine zun I bought last time were intercepted and taken to a museum for exhibition. I don't have a single Doki antique left in my collection. Where are you? I'll come over. No need, old Mo. I want to ask you something. Is there any unofficial history recording the exact year Liu Ruyan died? How did she pass away? Well, unofficial history does not record the exact year. It only mentions she was 21 in nominal age when she died, 21. That's this year. How did she die? Starved to death or killed by barbarians? The barbarians laid siege to the city. Liu's army defended it to the death. 200,000 soldiers fought until only a few thousand were left in the final battle. Barbarian forces from Qi and Chu breached the city. Liu Ruyan was surrounded by Qi soldiers and killed on the spother. Body was even torn to pieces. I talked to a couple of friends about this. If she had not died so early, Doki wouldn't have been conquered by those 3 allied forces. Doki's culture and art were centuries ahead back then. What a pity. How about I offer 500 million for this plate? If you agree, I'll wire it right now. Okay, you really love this plate, Teacher Mo. I will pay. I asked a very famous historian. He said, unofficial history records, you will die in battle at Jianguan. Jianguan will eventually be captured by Chu State and the allied forces of Chu State and barbarians. You will be surrounded and killed by Qi soldiers. Liu Ruyan, I hope you can stay alive. You must be on guard against the joint attack of Chu Qi and the barbarians. 2,000 war horses and over 3,000 soldiers fled. They were knocked over left and right in the stampede. Hundreds of people were trampled to death. You don't even know who did this. It's General Liu from inside the city. They've been holed up there for a year, like quails. Where did those firecrackers come from? They just grew out of the ground. Report the North Camp was ambushed. General Malang was blown up instantly during the chase. Malang is dead, but I promoted him myself. He was a champion wrestler. Sir, the South Camp was also ambushed. The tents are on fire. The horses have scattered. And several deputy generals were shot dead by crossbows the second they lifted the tent flaps. Get the whole army armored up to reinforce both camps. Our guerrilla warfare has officially begun. We actually did it, General. We won. We didn't let you down. I took down 300 enemies with my own hands, a solid 300. This first battle of our guerrilla campaign is an absolute victory. What a massive victory. We wiped out 40,000 barbarians. Their commander was blown clean off his horse status unknown. Our firecrackers and explosives did a magnificent job. I prayed to the gods so many times. Our explosives won the day, wiping out 40,000 enemy troops at once. I knew our army could pull this off. Bring out the flying mutai and Wuliangye to celebrate with the troops. Congratulations, Liu Ruyan. These are my private reserves. They are high proof, so do not overdo it. Everyone predicted she would die, but now she has completely rewritten history. 40,000 barbarians destroyed, their commander crippled. Our army's morale has never been higher. As long as I send her enough gear and supplies, we will change this timeline forever. The first batch includes 50,000 bulletproof vests, 50,000 tactical helmets, and 50,000 pairs of combat boots. The second batch has military rations, self-heating meals, vitamins, antibiotics, blood-clotting powder, and surgical tools. The third batch is drones. Yes, drones. Let us send them a few quadcopters with manual guides to scout enemy lines. The fourth batch consists of a modern tactics guide, a special forces manual, and an urban combat playbook. Honestly, I have more cash than I can ever spend. General, those 300,000 barbarians are down to just 150,000. Roga is crippled, so his brother is now leading them. Meanwhile, we have 50,000 elite troops, 3,000 sets of armor, 10,000 blades, 500 heavy crossbows plus explosives. And those drones, they are incredibly useful. We can see their camps and troop layouts perfectly. Combined with the military strategy manuals sent by the patron god, over these last 3 months, we have mastered these hit-and-run guerrilla tactics. The invaders cannot sleep at night due to constant raids, and they barely dare to eat by day. General A Scout has arrived. The barbarians Chu and Chi are holding secret talks to form a triple alliance. The god already forewarned me of this. If they want to combine their armies, then we will teach them the power of a preemptive strike. Order all forces to launch a full assault at midnight tonight. Yes, General? General, 80,000 of the remaining enemy troops have been killed, 50,000 captured, and 20,000 scattered in retreat. Their supreme commander perished in a blast, and their deputy has surrendered. What about the reinforcements from Chu and Chi General? Their combined forces had barely crossed the border when news of the massacre reached them. They turned back and fled immediately. They certainly moved fast. General Liu is incredible. Long live our army. We made it. We actually survived. Lady General, this is for you. Thank you. Mother said you saved us, and I want to lead armies just like you someday. I will be waiting for you, little one. Great God, this is Liu Ruyan. I have completed my duty. We held Jianguan Pass, routing the barbarians and forcing the other states to retreat. None of this could have happened without your grace. You wished for me to live, and now both I and Jianguan Pass have survived. Perhaps our empire's destiny has shifted because of your aid. I have no way to pay you back. If there is a next life, I will serve you unconditionally to return this favor. Liu Ruyan, forget about the afterlife. Just live your best life now. Stand tall as a general, protect your borders, and shield your people. If the opportunity comes, I want to meet you. Liu Ruyan, my God, you wish to see me. Ah, so this is what you truly look like. Is the soda good? It is amazing. Would you like another? Yes, please.